Do you still listen to music every day? And is your heart more drawn to soul, rock, country, or timeless ballads? Welcome to Golden Flame Stars. In today's video, we revisit legendary singers who once ruled vinyl, radio, and TV, and are still with us today. From Bob Dylan and Dionne Warwick to Willie Nelson and Shirley Bassey, let's see which living legend still sings closest to your heart. Willie Nelson, with his weathered braids, battered guitar, and unmistakable nasal drawl, is the wandering spirit of American country music. Still touring in his 90s, he turns every stage into a campfire circle of outlaws, drifters, and dreamers. Now 92, he remains country's most enduring, quietly rebellious heart, smiling gently behind the smoke. Brenda Lee, small in stature but huge in voice, blasted rockabilly and pop standards into life with I'm Sorry and Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Now 81, she rarely performs, honored instead at tributes and award shows. Every December, her holiday hit returns her to the charts. Shirley Bassey, with her dramatic gowns, raised eyebrow, and thunderous voice, gave James Bond themes like Goldfinger their danger and glamour. Now 88, she is largely retired from the stage, appearing mostly at tributes and honors. Her legend lives on every time a big ballad demands true diva power. Joan Baez, with her clear soprano, long dark hair, and social conscience, became the conscience of the 1960s folk movement. Now 84, she has retired from touring but continues to paint, write, and appear at select causes. Her blend of music and activism remains a template for modern protest singers. Diana Ross, with her towering hair, glittering gowns, and poised stare, evolved from Supreme's frontwoman to solo diva and style icon. Now 81, she continues to appear on select tours and special events. Her blend of elegance, vulnerability, and glamour still defines what superstar means for many fans. Carole King, with her curls, piano, and bare soul songwriting, reshaped pop with Tapestry and countless hits written for others. Now 83, she rarely performs, choosing special events and tributes that honor her catalog. Her days are spent near family and nature, living as younger artists, musicals, and biopics keep her legacy glowing. Tony Christie, with his rich baritone and sharp suits, became a cult pop icon through Is This the Way to Amarillo? Now 82, he appears on nostalgia tours and television specials, especially in Europe. His music lives on wherever crowds belt out that chorus with smiling, tipsy enthusiasm. Bobby Rush, with his sly grin, funky grooves, and storytelling blues, turned juke joint life into Grammy-winning art. Now 92, he tours more slowly but still steps on stage, harmonica in hand, to make crowds laugh and sway. Away from the spotlight, he guards a lifetime of Southern blues wisdom. Johnny Rivers, with his easy swagger, clubs, and reverb-soaked guitar, helped define 1960s American pop rock with songs like Secret Agent Man and Poor Side of Town. Now 83, he performs only occasionally, living largely out of the spotlight. Yet his records still spin on oldies radio and in movie soundtracks. Smokey Robinson, with his smooth falsetto, elegant suits, and poetic lyrics, gave Motown some of its most enduring love songs. Now 85, he performs less often but still appears on select stages and specials. His gentle charm and romantic storytelling continue to shape how R&B sings about the heart. Tony Orlando, with his big smile and warm, radio-perfect tenor, helped define 1970s pop with Knock 3 Times and Tie a Yellow Ribbon. Now 81, he appears mainly at special events and retrospectives, a friendly, nostalgic presence who carries the soft focus glow of television-era stardom in American pop history. Bill Medley, with his deep baritone and blue-eyed soul style, gave the Righteous Brothers hits like You've Lost That Lovin' Feelin' their haunted power. Now 85, he still appears at select shows and residencies, but far less than before. Most days are quieter, wrapped in family, faith, and memories of timeless duets. Dionne Warwick, with her elegant poise and crystal phrasing, made Bacharach, David's songs like Walk On By and I Say a Little Prayer eternal. Now 84, she performs selectively, mixing concerts with TV and online appearances. Her diva energy is softer, but her presence still feels unmistakably regal. Mavis Staples, with her church-soaked alto and fierce smile, carried the Staples singers from gospel to civil rights soul anthems. Now 86, she still tours in shorter bursts, turning each show into a joyful sermon. Between dates, she lives more slowly, yet her voice remains a rallying cry for justice. Anne Murray, with her calm presence and warm alto, bridged country and pop with gentle hits like Snowbird and You Needed Me. Now 80, she is retired from touring, enjoying family and quiet Canadian life. Her songs still drift through easy listening playlists, soft as remembered snow. Amanda Lear, with her androgynous glamour, husky voice, disco kitsch aesthetic, became a cult icon of European pop in the 1970s. Once a muse to Salvador Dali and a fixture of fashion and TV, she later turned to painting and cabaret. Now 86, she appears selectively, always mysterious, always stylish. Gladys Knight, the Empress of Soul, filled songs with church-born power and tender vulnerability, leading the Pips through decades of hits and awards. Now 81, she performs selectively, often in polished, intimate settings. Her voice, slightly mellowed, still carries the authority of someone who has truly lived every lyric. Paul Simon, the meticulous poet of American pop, blended folk, world rhythms, and urban storytelling into classics that feel both restless and intimate. Now 84, he rarely tours, preferring studios, quiet walks, and conceptual projects. His small, thoughtful presence gently contrasts with the enormous shadow of his songs. Art Garfunkel, with his angelic tenor, curly hair, and distant gaze, gave Simon and Garfunkel's folk rock its feather-light high notes. Now 84, vocal issues limit his singing, so appearances are rare and intimate. He spends more time writing, walking, and tending the legacy of songs that comforted a restless era. Sylvie Vartan, with her blonde hair, doll-like features, and yee charm, helped define French pop in the 1960s and 1970s. Her marriage to Johnny Hallyday made them France's golden couple of rock. Now 81, she still performs occasionally, cherished as a symbol of nostalgic, elegant pop. Bob Dylan, folk music's elusive poet with a sandpaper voice, turned protest, love, and surreal imagery into modern scripture. Now 84, he tours selectively, reshaping old songs instead of chasing nostalgia. Withdrawn from fame's circus, he remains a Nobel laureate wanderer, still rewriting what a songwriter can be. Barbra Streisand, with her unmistakable profile, soaring voice, and fierce control over her image, bridged Broadway, pop, and Hollywood like no one else. Now 83, she rarely performs live, preferring albums and carefully curated appearances. Her perfectionism and emotional intensity still set the gold standard for divas. Barry Manilow, with his feathered hair, warm smile, and piano ballads, became the king of soft-focus pop and Las Vegas shows. Now 82, he still performs residencies and tours, carefully pacing each concert. Away from the stage, he lives quietly, curating a catalog of hits that helped make sentimental pop a phenomenon. Bonnie Tyler, with her wild mane of hair and raspy, weathered voice, turned power ballads like Total Eclipse of the Heart into global anthems. Her rock image mixed toughness with wounded romance. Now 74, she still records and tours selectively, forever the queen of dramatic, hard-on-sleeve rock. Elton John, with his glittering glasses, flamboyant suits, and piano-pounding showmanship, turned pop concerts into spectacle. Now 78, he has stepped back from touring after his farewell Yellow Brick Road run, focusing on select appearances and projects. He spends time with family and charity work, curating a songbook that defines pop culture. Rod Stewart, with his raspy voice and magnetic charm, he blended rock, soul, and pop like no other. From Maggie Made It Do You Think I'm Sexy, his hits span generations. At 80, he still tours the world, proving that charisma and rock and roll never grow old. Grace Slick, the trailblazing singer of Jefferson Airplane, she brought fierce intelligence and psychedelic vision to rock. With songs like White Rabbit and Somebody to Love, she captured the spirit of the 1960s. Now 86, she lives privately but remains an icon of artistic freedom. Eric Burdon, the gritty, soulful voice of the Animals, he gave raw emotion to classics like House of the Rising Sun. At 84, he continues to embody the working-class roots of British blues rock, a survivor of the sound that changed the world. Steve Winwood, a prodigy turned legend, he led Traffic and Blind Faith before launching a stellar solo career. With his soulful voice and hits like Higher Love, he became a bridge between rock, soul, and blues. At 77, he remains a master musician and performer. Jon Bon Jovi made stadiums believe in faith, love, and the American dream. But behind that smile was a man fighting exhaustion, vocal injuries, and the fear of fading relevance. Livin' on a Prayer wasn't just a hit. It was a reflection of his own perseverance. Now 63, he still belts out hope, one chorus at a time. Axl Rose hit the scene like a street riot on a microphone, swinging between shrieks and tenderness. Childhood trauma and perfectionism fueled both his brilliance and volatility. With Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, and November Rain made him era-defining. Now 63, the voice is rougher, but the fire's still there. Robert Plant took the blues, drenched it in mysticism, and screamed it into the 70s with Led Zeppelin. Fame, car crashes, and the loss of his young son reshaped his wildfire. His banshee wail rewrote rock singing. Now 77, he leans into nuance instead of volume, still unmistakably himself. Bruce Springsteen, the boss, turned working-class pain into anthems that filled entire stadiums. But behind the roar was a man haunted by depression and his father's shadow. With Born to Run and The River, he sang not about escape, but about surviving yourself. Now 76, he still chases redemption under the spotlight, night after night. Mick Jagger turned swagger, sneers, and a rubber-limbed strut into rock's eternal youth. Behind the confidence were business wars, breakups, and the pressure of fronting the Rolling Stones. He learned to turn scandal into fuel, reshaping himself every decade to stay ahead. Now 82, he still stalks the stage like a man outrunning time. Roger Daltrey gave The Who a voice that could rip through speakers and stadiums. Behind the mic tricks was a fighter who once nearly got fired from his own band. Songs like Won't Get Fooled Again turned rage into something huge and communal. Today he sings through hearing loss, still yelling like a man unbroken. Paul McCartney helped quietly design the blueprint for modern pop and rock melodies. After the Beatles, he faced grief, backlash, and the impossible task of outliving his own legend. With Wings and solo work, he wrote through doubt and heartbreak. Now 83, he still walks on stage like the next classic isn't written yet. Stevie Nicks rapped mystical lyrics and a husky, trembling voice in shawls and twirls. Behind Fleetwood Mac's glamour were breakups, affairs, and a drug spiral that nearly killed her. Rhiannon and Landslide sounded like spells born from real heartbreak. Now 77, she still sings like a wounded witch. Brian Johnson crashed into AC/DC like a gravel-throated thunderstorm after Bon Scott's death. He carried factory shifts, barband dues, and the fear of replacing a legend. Back in Black became his trial by fire and ultimate victory. Now 78, he still belts like someone who can't believe his luck. Alice Cooper turned horror movie theatrics and a snarling rasp into full-blown shock rock theater. Behind the guillotines, makeup, and Fake Blood was a shy preacher's kid losing himself to alcohol. He took parents' worst fears and sold them back as anthems like School's Out. Now 77, he lives sober, playful, and strangely wholesome. Phil Collins, the soulful voice and drum thunder behind Genesis and solo hits like In the Air Tonight, defined the sound of 80s pop rock. Now 74, he no longer performs live, his health fragile, but he remains a quiet icon at home, watching his music outlive every chart and tour. Roger Taylor, the blonde powerhouse behind Queen's drums and the voice of Radio Gaga, gave the band its explosive drive and sharp harmonies. Now 76, he appears on select stages and projects, living comfortably, a veteran rocker who chooses moments of noise between long stretches of quiet. Brian May, with his wild curls and homemade red special guitar, turned Queen's anthems into roaring stadium thunder and helped rewrite rock history. Now 78, he performs more selectively, quietly balancing health scares with ongoing projects, still a gentle, thoughtful legend chasing new sounds instead of retirement. Brian Johnson, with his flat cap and rasping roar, became the unmistakable voice of AC/DC's Back in Black era and stadium rock. Now 78, he appears only at select shows, his scream weathered but still electrifying as lifelong fans relive decades of high-voltage anthems across the world. Billy Idol, with bleached spikes, leather, and his trademark sneer, turned punk attitude into MTV-era anthems like White Wedding and Rebel Yell. Now 69, he still storms festival stages, then returns to a quieter, more measured life focused on health, family, and defiantly keeping pure rebellion alive. Al Stewart, with his soft voice, thoughtful gaze, and acoustic guitar, became a cult icon of 1970s singer-songwriters through storytelling hits like Year of the Cat. Now 80, he plays fewer, gentler concerts and spends quiet days with books, history, and loyal listeners who treasure every word. Dave Davies, with shaggy hair and a snarling guitar tone, carved the distorted riff of You Really Got Me into rock history with the Kinks. Now 78, health issues limit his appearances, so shows feel rare and special while he writes, paints, and reflects on those revolutionary chords. Francis Cabrel, with his beard, gentle gaze, and ever-present acoustic guitar, became a defining French chansonnier through tender classics like L'aime à mourir. Now 72, he tours only occasionally, preferring a quiet life in southwest France, close to family, still writing intimate songs like Private Letters. Peter Gabriel, with his intense eyes, theatrical stagecraft, and the Sledgehammer video, turned art rock into vivid cinema. Now 75, he appears for carefully planned tours and one-off events rather than constant road work. Most days he splits his time between studios, human rights causes, and a quietly creative family life. Bono, with his tinted glasses, leather jackets, and raised fist sermons, became the unmistakable face and voice of U2. Now 65, he still fills stadiums, though tours are spaced farther apart and more carefully paced. Between shows, he focuses on activism, writing, and protecting the legacy of a band built on faith and urgency. Paul Young, with his soulful eyes, tousled hair, and smooth blue-eyed soul voice, soundtracked the 1980s with tender heartbreak hits. Now 69, he mostly plays theaters and club dates, often with his Tex-Mex band Los Pacaminos. Life is quieter, filled with family, loyal fans, and a catalog that still drifts across nostalgic radio. Pete Townshend, with his windmill guitar swings and smashed instruments, wrote much of The Who's furious, searching soundtrack for youth. Now 80, he joins select tours and special shows rather than grueling circuits. Most of his energy goes into writing, archival projects, and revisiting rock operas that once redefined what albums could be. Ringo Starr, with his boyish grin, swinging drumming, and peace and love mantra, helped drive the Beatles' heartbeat. Now 85, he sometimes tours with his all-star band, choosing shorter, celebratory runs. Away from the stage, he paints, records occasional tracks, and enjoys a relaxed, good-humored elder statesman role. Bob Geldof, with his tousled hair, sharp tongue, and snarling new wave vocals, led the Boomtown Rats before stepping onto the world stage as Live Aid's architect. Now 74, he tours only occasionally, focusing more on activism, broadcasting, writing, and the sometimes heavy responsibility of being rock's conscience. Daryl Hall, with his feathered blonde hair, blue-eyed soul voice, and smooth swagger, became half of Hall and Oates, the duo that ruled 80s radio. Now 79, he still records and tours selectively, balancing live shows with streaming performances, interviews, and life split between homes, studios, and old friends. Tommy James, with his mop of hair and bright suits, helped define 1960s pop rock with Mony Mony and Crimson and Clover. Now 78, he works the nostalgia circuit, playing casinos, theaters, and festivals for longtime fans. He spends more time at home, telling stories, managing his catalog, and enjoying the afterglow of enduring hits. Mark Knopfler, with his headband, reserved stage presence, and fingerstyle guitar tone, turned Dire Straits' hits like Sultans of Swing into immovable classic rock staples. Now 76, he no longer undertakes major tours, preferring studio projects, soundtracks, writing, and a quieter life that still orbits around carefully crafted songs. Steve Perry, the soaring former voice of Journey, became an arena rock symbol with his dark curls, open-hearted delivery, and immortal choruses like Don't Stop Believin'. Now 76, he rarely performs live, choosing instead occasional recordings, careful public appearances, and a more private, reflective life away from the touring grind. Phil Manzanera, with his cool poise, glasses, and textured guitar lines, helped give Roxy Music its sleek, art rock sophistication before crafting adventurous solo work. Now 74, he focuses on studio collaborations, production, and archival projects, enjoying a relatively low-profile life that still quietly shapes how modern rock can sound. Colin Blunstone, with his soft voice and distant gaze, gave the Zombies classics like Time of the Season their ghostly, dreamlike mood. Now 80, he continues to sing on select tours and special shows, living quietly between performances and cherished status as a cult hero of 60s pop. Roger Waters, with his intense stare, bass guitar, and architect's mind, helped shape Pink Floyd's dark, cinematic epics like The Wall and The Dark Side of the Moon. Now 82, he still stages large-scale tours, though less often, living between music, politics, controversy, and carefully guarded privacy. Noddy Holder, with his top hat, loud suits, and unmistakable roar, led Slade through glam rock anthems like Come On Feel the Noise. Now 79, he's retired from touring, appearing mostly on TV and radio, happily enjoying family life, while his Christmas and stadium chants refuse to fade. Ian Hunter, with his sunglasses, curls, and ever-present swagger, fronted Mott the Hoople and later carved out a respected solo career. Now 86, he performs rarely, choosing special appearances. The rest of his days lean toward writing, reflecting, interviews, and wearing rock elder status with wry humor. Peter Noone, the cheeky, baby-faced frontman of Herman's Hermits, became a 1960s teen idol with bright suits and bouncy British invasion hits. Now 78, he still tours the nostalgia circuit with charm intact, splitting life between stages, fan meetups, light TV work, and a relaxed, humorous persona. Nick Lowe, with his sly grin, pub rock cool, and sharp songwriting, slipped power pop gems like Cruel to Be Kind into rock history. Now 76, he tours modest venues and festivals, favoring stripped-down shows. At home, he writes wry, gentle songs that age as gracefully as he has. Sometimes it just takes one old song, one familiar voice, and suddenly we're back in our childhood room, singing along like nothing could ever change. Thank you for joining Golden Flame Stars to revisit the legendary singers who still walk among us. If their journeys stirred your memories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and tell us which living legend's voice still feels like home to you.